Hello, you're listening to Misty Mayhem with Mayhem News, and tonight I'll be discussing mothers who try to encourage child-free women to have children and what is their true intention. Okay? I'm of the belief that misery loves company, so when I hear these women encouraging other women to have children, I don't think there's any good intention behind it, and I'll tell you why. For one, pregnancy weakens your body. Because you have another living being in your womb, the child is going to fight for survival and it's going to fight for some of your life resources, okay? So, you could also develop different ailments. Gestational diabetes is one, thrush is another. You could even get hypertension. It could even make your current conditions worse. Think about a woman who is an asthmatic or who has heart problems and she gives birth. That's not going to be very easy for her. Women still die giving birth in present day USA. Okay? Some women could even die before they even give birth. Some women have horrible symptoms, like at the second trimester they could have an issue where they continuously throw up, where they have to actually go to the hospital for dehydration. Okay. Not only that, but giving birth is very traumatic. Some women have postpartum depression afterwards. Some of them develop PTSD actually while they're giving birth because it's so traumatic for them and the child. Okay. People don't even discuss 9 months with the child in your womb. Whatever that mother is going through affects the child. It affects the child's emotional state. If a woman is going through a lot of abuse or bad stuff happening in the world and it affects her stress levels, it's going to affect the baby because her hormones, right? Cortisol and all those stress hormones are going to rise. It's going to affect the child. Okay? So she's not telling you that. She's not telling you of the physical issues she's had when she was pregnant. She didn't tell you how uncomfortable she was at her last trimester when she was completely ready to burst. At that time, I've heard many women say that they're ready to just give birth now because they're so I guess they're so swollen. Okay. They don't tell you that when they have certain illnesses, because this is the United States, a lot of people have whatever illness, a lot of people are on medication. They have to stop taking certain medications. Can you imagine if you have problems with migraines or headaches and you can't take that stuff while you're pregnant? Okay, and I hope you know that your migraine will get worse because of all the difference in hormones that you're going through. Okay, not only are there physical illnesses, emotional problems too. Women go through a lot of mental, emotional health issues with children. Okay, they don't tell you how they're worried when the child is out of their sight. Okay, 1 out of 5 girls get molested. 1 out of 20 boys get molested. So this is a dangerous world for children. And women can't even protect themselves from getting attacked. So how do they expect to be able to take care of their children? So these women are worried. Okay? They're not telling you that. They're not telling you that they feel like it's a thankless job. The child is rude to them. The child screams at them. Some children tell their mother that they hate them. The child doesn't know what you're going through as a mother. Okay? They don't tell you the issues they're having in their relationship. They didn't tell you that the child coming along has actually made their relationship worse with their husband or boyfriend. Because can you imagine having a boyfriend or husband where you guys have disagreements currently in arguments? Imagine when you have the child, you have to argue over, the religion of the child, what the child's going to eat, if they're going to have organic food or regular processed food, or if they're going to go to a naturopathic doctor or a mainstream doctor, or if certain family members could come around the child or whatever, I mean, it goes. People don't tell you how deep this thing goes. Okay, motherhood is no joke. And for a woman to try to encourage another woman to become a mother just because she has a womb shows me herself that she doesn't respect motherhood herself. Okay? She doesn't respect motherhood. Don't be like an animal. Okay? To me, if a woman does that to me, her mind is like in an animalistic state. Just because you have a womb doesn't mean you should just give birth. Okay, that's what rats do. That's what whales do. Okay, lions do that. Okay, what else? Dogs, they do that as well. The difference between humans and animals is we have a higher intelligence where we can make a choice. Okay, I believe that 30% of women, only 30% should be mothers. Only 30%. If you're a mother, I'm thinking you should have pride in being a mother. And I'm thinking you should be thinking, wow, I'm a mother. These other women shouldn't be mothers because, they don't have what it takes. I'm called to be a mother. They're not. That shows when people are like that, they have pride in what they do. I could see that these women do not have pride in what they do. And what kind of mothers are they anyways, trying to encourage a stranger to have a child? I've seen actual, I guess I was on a forum and a woman who was child-free was saying that another woman asked her if she had children. And let's call the woman who's the mother, let's call her Mary. And let's call the child-free lady Stacy. Okay? So basically, Mary asked Stacy if she has children. And Stacy said no. Then Mary said, oh, you'd make a good mother. It's a shame that you don't want to become a mother. And long story short, the other woman does not want to be a mother because she suffers from anxiety, depression. She has various mental illnesses that run in her family. So she definitely doesn't want to have children and pass that on to them. And she knows she'd be a nervous wreck having children. Okay, so that other woman was basically getting into that other woman's business, which she should not have done it. Now, I'm thinking that woman, Mary, which I call Mary, what kind of a mother is she? As I said earlier, I would think a woman who's a mother would take pride in her job, knowing that it's like the hardest job you could do. Do you hear doctors telling lay people, just regular people, hey, you could become a doctor? Do you hear them? Do you hear lawyers saying, hey, you're smart enough to become a lawyer? Yeah, right, because these positions, they respect their own position. And you dare not call a doctor anything else than doctor. Okay? So they respect their position. That shows that they respect it because they know that many people can't do what they do. So why is it that many mothers think that other women should just become mothers and just give birth because they have a working womb? Do they realize that they're bringing a soul into the world? That shows me that women who are like that, who are mothers, and they try to encourage other women to become mothers, that shows me that they're bad mothers. If you are a woman and you have children and you're trying to encourage a strange woman that you don't even know to have a child, you are a bad mother. You're going to be the first one when these women unknowingly and unsuspectingly, they don't know anything about motherhood because, for one, women aren't warning them. They're not telling them straightforwardly what it entails, the pros and the cons. Okay? So now they have baby brain, their hormones are controlling them. Okay? So then they're like, okay, I think I can become a mother. And they become a mother and they realize that it's a stressful job. Some of these women feel used by their child, that the child is just pulling on them while they're pregnant, giving birth, breastfeeding, and the baby's crying for them. You should understand this. You're a woman. You're a mother, okay? So you should know the stress of it, and you should know that not everyone can handle that sort of stress. Like I said, I think only 30% of women should become mothers. Not all of them are called to be mothers. If you see it as a calling and something very serious, something that you take seriously, something that you do not take lightly, you would not encourage another woman to do that. To me, I think it's misery loves company. You want them to be miserable just like you. And I've seen a lot of you mothers walking around and you don't look happy and you look stressed. Okay, but back to this, what I was saying. You'd be the first mother to judge all these other mothers who end up killing their kid, killing the family, killing the husband, the boyfriend, abusing the child. You'll be the first one to say, oh, she's such a bad mother. I would never do any such thing. You're the one encouraging the girl to have children. And you don't even know her. Does that even make logical sense? So women, do not listen to these other people who have children and their mothers. Let them do that work. Maybe it's for them. It doesn't mean it's for you. You're not an animal just to have children just because you have a womb, okay? Again, that's something lions can do. Rhinoceroses do it. Okay? You know, just don't do it just because you can. Okay? Raccoons do it. Who else does it? Monkeys. I mean, look, you're a human. There's a reason why we have enough intelligence to develop technology so that we could stop certain things. You're bringing a soul to the earth. Remember that. That's a soul you're bringing in. And as a mother, anyone who's a mother, you should never encourage just some random woman just because she's of age and her biological clock is ticking to have a kid just because she has a working room. That is wrong, and you know it's wrong. What you need to do is you need to investigate your own heart, your mind. Find out why you do this stuff. What is your intention? Is your intention good? I mean, are you going to be the one helping her take care of this child? Huh? And you know your own home life. You know your own home life, so you know what goes on there. I've read that about 70% of mothers regret being mothers, or they regret being mothers at that time in their life. Maybe they should have waited or something, or they regret their kids altogether. I know it's sad, but hey, that's life, man. You're responsible for a whole other being. You know, it's like I was saying, the doctors don't say, hey, become a doctor. You could become a doctor. It's easy. No. Okay? See, if you work at McDonald's, you could say, hey, man, you're low on money? Look, just come work at McDonald's. You'll get some money. So basically, people are lowering motherhood to working at McDonald's. Do you see what I'm saying? Right. So my intent, I think what I'm basically saying is I think their intention is not good. What do you think when women try to encourage other women to have children? This is Misty Mayhem with Mayhem News. Please like, share, and comment. Good night.